Howdy guys, Brian Pierce here, your purveyor of awesome. And I am back with another fitness related product review video. This time it is going to be on the Virtue Athletic, the 01, which is a new functional fitness shoe to the market, so a minimal shoe. They're trying to have a functional fitness shoe that is also a minimal price tag. I found out about the 01 from Virtue Athletic due to some well-placed Facebook ads to their Kickstarter campaign back in the late part of 2019, whenever that Kickstarter was going off. The fact that they were really trying to create a really well-built functional fitness shoe, so a minimal shoe, right, a minimalist type of shoe, but also have a minimal price tag, really caught my attention. And so right away I dug into the Kickstarter knowing that I'd be interested in supporting what they had going on. For some clarity on where I have been at now that I do have the shoe in my possession, I've had the shoe for just over 2 weeks now, and I've done about 6 to 7 workouts in the shoe and walked around, used it in the house. So this is not gonna be a full-blown, I have had this shoe for a year, this is how it's held up review. This is gonna be kind of that unboxing and initial thoughts of the shoe, and I'm gonna continue using it, so I'll put out either when the shoe breaks down and what happened and kind of call it then, or we're gonna go for the full year like I normally do with my shoes, kind of my birthday in July to my birthday in July, which is about when I always purchase new shoes. So I'm gonna use and abuse these shoes for the next year. So if you want to find out maybe what I think down the line, give a subscribe. If maybe you're interested in other kind of fitnessy, wellnessy things that I do talk about with some other family vlogs thrown in, maybe also think about giving a subscribe as well. Virtue Athletic and a shoe like the 01 are much needed right now in the functional fitness market. I don't know if it's the clothing market or what market, but definitely in the market. I have a hard time believing that a minimal shoe with very little frills should cost over $120. So to tell you about who I am as a consumer, I am the person that goes and buy the Nano 6s when the Nano 9s come out, because I can get them for around $60 at the Reebok outlet store. Spending over $100 on a pair of functional fitness shoes, well, any shoes for that matter, is something I do not see that a smart place to put my money. I mentioned my Nano 6s, so I have been using the Nano 6s for the past year, so that's kind of where I'm coming at in the sense of what shoes I have been wearing. 6s I got actually in a 9.5 because of the fact that the toe box was so wide. The New Balances fit about a 10. I am a 10, and we'll talk about how these shoes fit me wearing a 10 and ordering a 10 just in a little bit, but that's kind of a little bit of where I'm coming from and what I've been wearing throughout the past couple of years. Okay, so what do I think about the 01 so far? Taking them out of the box, I immediately thought, wow, this shoe feels stiff, kind of giving it a squeeze. It's way more stiff than I think any other shoe that I've ever taken out of the box before, and immediately I was like, wow, is this a cheap shoe? Now that we've used it for a while, no, it's not a cheap shoe. But initially I laced the shoes up and it was actually kind of, again, more stiff than I expected. I had to really yank on the laces to get what I thought for the shoe to kind of like start to mold to my foot. And I'll say this, for the first couple of workouts, it didn't. I have continuously been tightening up the shoe to kind of get it to break in. And I think that maybe what's happening here is we are seeing some kind of break-in period. Now, compared to other shoes, maybe this is a different material. Well, obviously we know it's a different material, but maybe they did go a route to where this material was cheaper, in the long run created a cheaper shoe, and it works out. It's still just as strong, don't know that yet, that's just a thought, but this might be one of the ways, this type of different material that they're using for the shoe, to be able to get the price down for us consumers. Biggest thing, will these shoes feel supple once we're done, a year in from now, and will they hold up? Let's find out. Speaking of lacing up the shoes, I noticed right off the bat that they actually only have 4 shoelace holes, and that doesn't seem like a big deal, 4 shoelace holes, but if you go look at Noble's trainers and some of the other Nanos, they're 5 holes and up. This is probably one of those places where they decided to save money, to kind of cut costs, because if you think about it, you know, manufacturing hundreds if not thousands of shoes, if you're cutting 2 less holes in the material, you're buying 2 less eyelets to go in there, and then the manufacturing that it takes to create the shoe that has these 5 lace holes versus 4. I have a feeling that that is where they decided to cut some costs. Are we going to lose a little bit of control of how much we can tighten the shoe onto our foot by having 1 less shoe hole? Probably not going to make a big difference, but maybe this is one of the places that they cut costs that works for us, the consumer. Last notable mention of the shoes out of the box and lacing them up for the first time, wearing them for the first time, is the toe box actually felt fairly narrow. Now, I wouldn't say like it was pinching on my toes, but I will say that I could feel on my big toe and my pinky toe the shoe kind of rubbing a little bit. Now, 2 things. 1, yes, again, as we mentioned, the shoe has started to supple up some from the very beginning of it being super stiff out of the box. I've noticed as well that the toe box, I don't feel that anymore when I put the shoes on, but I've also realized when I put the shoes on, I do kind of kick my foot up, drop my heel in, tighten them like that, so that, and then that way my heel is as far back into the shoe as I can get it, and I do not feel that touching of the toe box. Now, to tell you, this is not something that I noticed while wearing the shoe and working out. This is just something I noticed that I put on walking around, kind of trying to pay attention to my feet. I am a 10, and that's how it fit me. Currently, I do not have any feels there in the toe box, so take that for what it's worth, how you order your shoes. If you need a 10, a little bit smaller, if you need to go up, or you need to go down. This could be one of those areas that we see hold up or not hold up in the long run. Does the shoe continue to stretch, get super supple, and then do we have to keep tightening it too much to get the shoe to truly mold to our foot, to feel like it's functional on the foot and that it actually has a good grasp on our foot, so that we then have good support wearing the shoe as we're moving and shaking and working out. So again, this is kind of that initial review, some initial thoughts, but we can't do this without talking about performance. Yes, I have worn this shoe while working out. I've coached in this shoe. I've kind of moved around and done the things that this shoe is thought that you should be doing in. So performance. How does this shoe perform? I can tell you, I never thought about the shoe while wearing it. I think that's the most important part about this shoe. While I was wearing it and working out, none of this came up. I didn't think about the toe box. I didn't think about how I laced it, 4 holes, any of that stuff. So performance-wise, the shoe has worked great. It has felt really stable. It does look wide, 6mm heel, toe to heel. So it's just a tad bit. It's 2mm taller than, say, like one of the Nano 9s, which I believe is a 4mm. So that's not very much. I have not noticed any issues while squatting, jumping, moving, shaking, running around, doing all the things, again, that we do, or that we would be doing in these shoes. So performance-wise, the shoes have worked great. I have been double knotting them. I've been tightening them fairly tight, thinking that they're gonna continue to stretch, and they kind of do by the end of a workout. But again, I don't notice that. That's just one of those things I kind of feel when I go to take the shoes off, because I'm trying to pay attention to how my feet feel with the shoe, so I can give you guys a little bit of a better report on what is happening with me wearing these shoes. So far, I'm happy with my purchase of the 01. I think I got them for $75, and it looks like they're probably gonna retail for $85 when they do come to market. I noticed on their website that they're waiting to get that stock. Right now, they're trying to get everything out to the Kickstarters. Where is this gonna go? How is this shoe gonna evolve? Is the bottom just gonna completely come off? Will the sole unglue itself? Will the top hold up to all the burpees as I drag my feet because I'm probably using horrible form? Is it still gonna feel stable, right? After a year of using these guys, doing back squats, doing deadlifts, box jumps, everything that's gonna be putting pressure on the soles of these shoes. How is it gonna hold up? The color gonna fade? Am I gonna continue to look like a goober with the headband that I am currently wearing because of the fact that I'm growing out my hair? Side note, if anybody has any recommendations on headbands, please put them in the comments. I need something. This is becoming unmanageable. So there you have it. My initial thoughts on the Virtue Athletic 01 functional fitness shoe. Questions, comments, concerns, put them down below. Share with your friends, swipe up, like, whatever it is you want to do. Tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me what you want me to pay attention to when I'm using the shoe. If you have any questions about that, I'll be posting more things to Instagram as they come about, maybe smaller little nuggets. Obviously, I do that on the regular basis anyway, so follow me there if you just want a little bit more fun in your life, because I always want a little bit more fun in my life. Why not have a little bit more by playing around with me on the internet? So subscribe if you like getting kind of this like fitnessy, wellnessy vibe. Again, I'm gonna throw in some family vlogs, some random little bits of good times with the family, because that's what we do. If you do wanna do any more of the dirt bike or mountain bike stuff, head over to the Seat Time channel, check all that out. Liam and I got a chance to ride at Purgatory Bike Park in Durango, well, north of Durango, Colorado. Had an amazing time doing that. So we are putting out content. We're having fun as a family, and I hope you guys enjoy playing along with us and goofing off with us on the internet. So, subscribe, like, share with your friends, leave a comment. I don't know, other than that, enjoy, have fun, stay safe. I guess next time we'll see you guys on the internet. Peace.